Don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. I got great gift ideas for the goalie on your list this holiday season. Maria here from goalietrainingpro.com, and today what I have for you is a variety of Christmas or holiday gifts for the goalie on your list. And we're going to cover a wide spectrum of price ranges, so, you know, depending on whether they've been naughty or nice, you can sort out where they should lie. I'm gonna kind of quickly go through these different gifts in this one video, and then I'll probably shoot little sort of more in-depth breakdowns and then post those on Instagram or something like that for you. So this is sort of the Reader's Digest version. If you want more detail, then make sure you just follow me on Instagram and we'll get that sorted out. But we're gonna start with one of the easiest ones to do, and actually, yeah, pretty much all of these you can order online, so you don't even have to go to the mall or anything like that. But we're going to start with one of the easiest categories, which is books. And there are so many amazing books out there for goalies, and not a lot of goalies have read them. Goalies can read, contrary to popular belief, but they haven't read them yet. So we're going to start off with this book. So all the books I'm talking about, I personally own and I have actually read. This one I'm not quite finished yet, but I'm a very slow reader and it just came out like a month ago. But it's The Role I Played by Sammy Jo Small, who was goalie for Team Canada. And it's just so cool to learn about Team Canada hockey, women's hockey, when it was in its infancy. You know, these, like Hayley Wickenheiser is like they're new, you know, and so it's very cool to see that transition. Women's hockey being in the Olympics for the first time, she's a part of that team. And also, you know, learning the role I played, like learning your role and how to be a good teammate and how to take the highs and the lows. And, you know, sometimes even the highs are hard because it means that a teammate and someone you really care about, they've been squeezed out because you've been put in their role. And it's just, yeah, it's just a really enjoyable read. You know, being a student, being an athlete, being cut, having them call you back, you know, it's a cool book. The next book is this one. It's Hockey Goaltending by Eli Wilson and Brian Van Fleet. Some girl named Maria writes the chapter on off-ice training. And it's a fantastic book. So if your goalie is kind of obsessed with technique, different drills they can work on, positioning, save execution, post-save recovery, puck handling, this is the book for you. If you don't know Eli's an amazing coach. He likes to keep things very simple. He's very humble. He's worked with some of the best goalies in the game, and he's put it all in this book. So that is... every goalie should have that. The next book, actually I'll give you a couple books. The Power Within and Embracing the Grind by Justin Goldman and Mike Valley. So Justin is the guy behind the Goalie Guild. Mike Valley was the goaltending coach for the Dallas Stars. He's principal behind Axis Talent Management. You won't find two more passionate guys about goaltending. I think Embracing the Grind is probably my favorite, and so I'm really lucky because I get to talk to so many goalies at different levels all over the world. And a lot of you think you're the only one who this has happened to or who's feeling this way. And so it's very cool to read through this and see, nope, like pretty much every single goalie, you know, has felt this way. And to see this actually gets harder as I get higher in level. So one of the skills that every successful goalie has to develop is a type of resilience. And so this, I think, just helps reassure you that you're not alone. This isn't just happening to you. And learning to deal with these hurdles that get thrown in front of you is a part of being a goaltender. And the skill to handle that is a skill you need to develop as a goaltender, you know, just as important as your puck handling skills, because some goalies will crumble when they get faced with these hurdles, and some will thrive and some will navigate it. So I really like that book, because you hear pros talking about how they've navigated it as well. But Power Within, Dynamite book too. They're both awesome. The last book I wanted to chat about is this one. It's called Grit by Angela Duckworth. And it's a fantastic book. Everyone should read it. Whether you're a teenager or an adult, you should read it. So it starts off with looking at West Point cadets. And in order to get into West Point, it's unbelievably hard to get into West Point. Like, I think you have to have a letter of reference from either a general or a member of Congress or something like that. Like, it's crazy. And in their first year, they go through like a hell week. And I can't remember if it's a week or 3 weeks or whatever it is. But a certain percentage of the cadets will quit. And when they looked at what cadets are quitting, it wasn't the cadets that ranked lower on the admissions scale. So the question was, well, why? What was it that made some cadets, maybe a cadet was like the lowest one admitted to that class, but they thrived. What was it that made the difference of those cadets that stuck it out? And the premise is that it was their grit, and that this isn't just something that we're born with, that we can learn how to be grittier. And it's another ingredient for success that we need as a goalie, but also just as a successful human being. And I think a lot of us don't get enough of that, especially now. So Angela Duckworth Grit, she's a scientist. So I also really like that it's from a scientific perspective. But it's not written like a journal article. So it's very readable, but it's written from a scientific perspective. So it isn't just like, here's what I did, and here's my opinion, and here's how I felt. It's really like, so we studied this, and this is what we found. So those are, how many books is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books. Get them all. And then it also looks good because you've got like so many presents under the tree, and they're like, oh my God, you got me 5 presents and I just got you this crappy gift card. Oh, I feel so bad. Maybe I'll make you dinner, clean your room. You gotta work both angles of Christmas, people. The next gift is this, and they sent it to me for free. And so I'm almost harder. People don't send me very much free stuff, so I get pretty excited when they do. But I almost judge it harder because I never want to just be like, oh, they gave it to me for free, so I should say nice things. It's like, no, is this thing good or is this thing a piece of crap? So this is the Recover Fun. The Recover Fun Mini. So you can see how much smaller it is. I also have a big massage gun, but yeah, this is great. So I keep this in the living room while we watch TV. I drive Paul nuts and just like, but then he's like, oh, put that on me. Give me some of that. So I'm winning him over. Also, if I travel, this is the one I have. Even to work with goalies when I'm traveling, this is for sure the one I will take when I can start traveling again to work with goalies. So far, I've had it probably a couple months. The battery life has been good. It doesn't bog down. I think it's awesome, like really good, really good. I did a full review on it, comparing it to the big massage gun, but if it's posted yet, I'll put a link in the description so you can get a more in-depth review. But it comes with it comes with different attachments too. Plenty of attachments. There isn't really anything that's sort of missing. And a little carrying bag, which I think is bonus. So it all fits in there. Recover Fun mini massage gun. We gotta go down to the lab to show you the rest of the stuff. To the lab. This is another super budget-friendly tool. It is called the Catch Ball, and what it is, it's basically like a black tennis ball. It's attached to a bungee. Let me show you how it works. You step into it, so it has a little notch. Again, I've done a full video on the Catch Ball, so I'll put the link in the description below. The little toggle goes on your glove side, and you should always wear your glove when you do this. My glove is at the hospital for some surgery this week, so I don't have a glove. But you should always wear your glove when you do this so that I've explained why. So then you can throw the ball, boom, and then catch it. So you can work on basically your hand-eye or your eye-hand training anywhere. When you get to the rink, if you want to use it in a warm-up, you don't have to like find a wall. If you miss a ball, you're not chasing it, you know, around the arena or around the basement or around the living room. Some of you live in dorms or apartments. It's like, I can't really be throwing a ball against the wall because the neighbor doesn't want to hear gong, gong, gong. So this is a perfect tool. I'll see if I can catch a few with my bare hand. I'm not very good barehanded. I always wear my glove, but and so people say, oh, that's simple because it always just comes back to the same place. It doesn't. It really depends on how you throw it. Plus, you can change the angle. So I can throw the ball down. I can put the bungee attachment up high, throw the ball down. I can move as I throw the ball, and it's going to change every time. So it isn't, people who say that have never actually tried it. It's really actually very hard to get the hang of it. Once you get the hang of it, there's tons of things that you can do with it. If you are doing some of those ones where you throw the ball downward and it's coming up, you know, some of those high heaters that go right past your ear, you should definitely wear your mask or, you know, at least something to protect your eyes. So that is the catch ball. Another budget-friendly gizmo is this. They call it the ReEdger. The ReEdger, I think there's also another version that's called the Sweet Stick, maybe. But it isn't a sharpener. So this doesn't replace sharpening your blades, but it's something that's handy to have in your bag if you know, are traveling or away for a tournament or get to the rink and you realize, man, my blades are really dull, or you've put a nick in it. So with this, you basically just run it along the length of your blade and very gentle pressure. I use it I have it at home for the skates that I use on my synthetic ice. If they get dull, then I don't get bite on my synthetic ice. But yeah, like the lightest pressure will really set an edge back on your skate. And what it kind of does, it kind of cheats. It sort of curls around the edges or almost puts a little burr on the edges, and that's how it gives you more bite, but it doesn't replace sharpening. It also has a little stone on the side, so if you get a nick, you can, you know, give a couple swipes and maybe fix that. So it's again, a good little stocking stuffer. This one's called the ReEdger, but there's lots of, you know, different brands on the market that do, but pretty much the same thing. Now we're gonna get the big boy present. If your goalie has been really good, like really, really good. It's so good I keep it in the cabinet. So this is the Sensorina virtual reality goalie training system. It comes with an Oculus Quest headset and 2 controllers. And you might think like, well, I don't need that big case. You want the case because this isn't cheap equipment. It's pretty sensitive equipment, so you want to make sure that, you know, that you're protecting it. Plus, it's such an amazing tool. I guarantee you're going to want to take it somewhere. You're going to want to take it to the rink to use it as a warm-up. You're going to want to take it, you go away to the cottage in the summer, you're going to want to take it there. So make sure it comes with the case. But again, some people are like, I don't want to pay for that case. Pay for the case. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, well, I don't want to buy a video game, or, you know, my kid doesn't need more video games, or my grown-up kid doesn't need more video games. It is definitely not a video game. I don't play video games. I don't like video games. I actually had no interest in VR either until I tried this thing, and it's incredible. So when you have it on, you are actually seeing shooters, and some shooters are sort of a little graphic representation. You'll see what I see. But then some shooters are actual live skaters, and the feel when you catch the puck in your glove, you feel it. When it bounces off the cuff, that feels different. The other day, I used my blocker and the puck kind of popped straight up, and then I punched at it with my blocker and hit it like where I wanted it to go. So it isn't just sort of a default, oh, well, if it touches your blocker, it's going to go to the corner. If you turn your blocker too soon, it's going to bounce off your thumb. It's unbelievable. It rewards your angles, your positioning, your depth. It knows all that. It tells you what your save percentage is. Great. Tells you how is your puck tracking. It knows if you're following the puck. It tells you how is your positioning. You know, while your puck tracking was like 72% on that set. It tells you what your reaction time was. So once the shot comes, it knows, you know, how long it takes you to react. So you can really look at all those parameters and see the training effect and see the training benefit, and even try different strategies or make sure that you're staying engaged in the training to get the most out of it. They are constantly adding new modules, making it better, making it more realistic and more realistic. But even the way it is, like, it's unbelievable. I did a full review on it. I'll put a link in the description. You have to check it out. If you're kind of like, yeah, right, like, that's stupid, make sure you watch that review, because it's like, I'm working here. It's awesome. Let's go back door. Up. So you have to take that quick look. You have to scan. Where's that guy coming? Who's moving in? This guy. Boom. Scored. Good goal. And these guys, I don't know if you can hear it. Nice. And I can't remember exactly how much it cost. I have had mine for about 4 months maybe. And I think it was around $1,300 US to get the setup, and then there's a monthly fee, so you get access to the programs, and as they update the programs and the scoring and the feedback. And it is right now, I think it's $79 US, which like is not like, I can use this as much as I want. I don't, and not that it replaces a goalie coach. But when I work with my goalie coach, then I have things that I can come home and work on without having to go to the rink. We know how hard it is to get access to the ice. Some of us have been locked out. Not me yet, but some of you have been locked out again. So you're going to thank your lucky stars that you have something like this at home. If I was going to get synthetic ice or this system, I think I would get this system, unless I just was a very poor skater and really needed, that was the number one thing, that my angles were good, everything else was good, but I was a poor skater, then I might consider synthetic ice. But I think if I could only have one or the other, I would keep this for sure. It is the Goalie To Go system by Sensorina, and it's used by pro goalies as well, and pro NHL teams have purchased systems. So it isn't a gimmick, it isn't a toy, it's a training system that you can have at home. Unbelievable. If you're a goalie watching and you want one, here's a strategy you can try. Try, like, if I pay half, or if you buy me the system and I pay half the monthly, or I pay half the monthly, or if this would be my Christmas and birthday and graduation present, try those strategies. Maybe it's gonna work. You gotta work it. Pretty pleased with sugar on top? Sometimes though. Sometimes it works. Let's bring it down a little bit, bring it back into somewhat of a more budget-friendly realm, although still not cheap. And it is getting new steel for the goalie on your list. These are the Titan Mobile Edge blades. They are 4mm blades. You'll be like, but those are Bauer Vapors. How can you have a 4mm blade? Because it's the 3mm blade holder. You know, you guys know all this stuff. It's compatible with, so it's 3mm here where it goes into the blade holder, but 4mm here. They also have a 3mm version, but I got these profiled. I'm using the Spry J profile. They have a bunch of profiles, and they can tell you everything about profiles that you ever wanted to know. I've got my name put on them too. They're just sweet, and the quality of this steel is great. I haven't had to sharpen these yet. The profile has made a huge difference in my feel on the ice, and just anywhere I'm pushing, I'm getting a great edge. When I shuffle, I'm getting a really nice glide. When I do my T-pushes, they're way more forgiving. So that is a nice upgrade. Before you get it profiled, you might want to, that might be one that you have to like check with your little goalie. Unless they, you know, maybe they play with a goalie Sam and you know that they love it. And so this is a great upgrade from the stock blades. That is from, I got these from TitanBlades.com. fantastic customer service too, so you can check that out. And then there's the little stuff. I always like I don't know why, I always like getting some new little blade protectors. These ones are by Howie's. I think they're fantastic. Let me show you the little bag I have from Howie's as well. There's a little bag I got from Howie's. And so it's got 2 zipper compartments. You could keep your toiletries in there if you want, but nobody's allowed to shower at the rink. We use co-ed change rooms at our rink, so we're obviously not showering. But in the one pouch, I keep all my sweatbands for my mask, so when I wash them, I just put them in there, and I know exactly where they are. I used to always just throw them in my bag, and then I'd be fishing around forever. And then the other side, I have a spare lace, some grip tape, some sock tape, some hockey tape, a lacrosse ball for doing some self-myofascial release when I'm at the rink. So that's another awesome little stocking stuffer. I got this one at the Source for Sports here in London. I'm sure you could probably order it from Howie's online, whatever their website is. If you search Howie's Hockey, it'll come up. It's the little things that matter. Here's another one if it works for what you're doing. It's quick anchor pegs. So I think if you just search anchorpegs.com, it says right on it. But so these, the post goes over this, and then it does 2 things. Number one, it's got really good grabbers, so when you're sliding into the post to do RVH or whatever, you're not chunking up you're not knocking the net off its little regular pegs. So these replace the regular pegs on the net, so it'll stay there. The net won't go off the anchor, but also it's protecting your skates. Like you can see how many sort of chunks are out of there, so that's protecting my blades from getting all that wear and tear, just going metal on metal. So those are just anchor pegs. I take them with me to Sunday hockey and just throw them in there. I'm good to go. So that should give you a great start on your Christmas shopping. You're welcome. Make sure you order ahead, because I think if you're ordering online, things are going to be bonkers this year. So there you go. The smile on your goalie's face will be thanks enough. You don't need to send cash or chocolates or anything like that. This is Maria from goalietrainingpro.com. Oh, you know what? If you're super cheap and you're like, I don't even want to spend any money, then go to your app store, type in Butterfly Challenge. It's a free 14-day flexibility program for goalies. It's an app, so you could just load that up on your goalie's phone, maybe. So there you go. Something for everyone. Hope you have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever you and your family celebrate. I hope it's an awesome one. Let's really enjoy it this year. It's gonna be a different one for lots of us, but it's no reason we can't make it awesome.